Let's clean your eyeballs.
We are
Oh,
live
there
on
we
the internet.
go. Clean kitty eyeballs. Nope,
Oh,
they
that
didn't
sounds
defend us
awful.
enough.
Oh.
It wasn't enough to get us off my lap. You don't fit. Tail twitch, tail twitch.
Oh, but
What
she
you
will
guys didn't
fit.
see is her getting up in my face.
She
We're
was all
out.
up in there. It was
We're
amazing.
out. We're out. There's no more roasted peas. We ate them all. We ate them all. The snack is gone now. Say hello to the internet. Hello, internet. I am ever suffering cat. Get out! Go away. Hopefully that works. Guys, no word of a lie. I haven't seen her in hours. We get ready to go live. She's up on my chest. Hours. I have not seen you in hours. Why are you here? No.
She wants to be on the internet too. She wants to tell us about her whips.
Cat brain. Whatever it is she's trying to tell me, it's a cat brain until she's distracted. That's it. Guys. Hello, whoever's made it into chat. Could you please lie down and take a nap?
Ah. Yes, hello to everyone in chat. Asa, Nikki,
Whoop.
Susanna,
Guys, I didn't move my microphone.
Jen. Welcome, everyone. Sorry, I'm like focusing on a thing. Focusing on a secret thing.
Focusing on a secret thing. Are you trying to finish your craft off while we start this?
Maybe.
That sounds about right. Nope. Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna blow my nose. Because why? Because the air is trying to kill me. Even worse, there's an outage for my allergy medication.
Oh,
so
no.
There's a supply issue, so they had to lower my dose quantity.
Oh.
So I actually had to buy. Do not do this. Do not do this. It is not medically recommended. It is very sketchy. Do not do it. Do not do it. I have a nasal spray and I have to take a over-the-counter allergy pill, which works for like a good portion of the population. And then I take something several steps stronger than that, so I'm technically overdosing. Like I'm double dosing. I'm staggered it. So I'm taking something every 12 hours, but oh god. I gotta be very space cadet because like the next level up was out. Like they just had the level below down for mine. That was all they had in stock. Yeah.
I feel you. I don't know
what was. Can't take that more than once every 24 hours. So I had to stagger to a different active medication to stagger that every 12 hours, which I do. Diana can tell you I do this in the spring. I tend to double up on meds, which you should not do. It is not healthy. Don't do it.
Do not do this without a doctor or pharmacist recommendation.
Do not just do this. It's bad. Don't do it. So it is something I have to do to get through the month. So because they're just, I mean, they're out. Like I was going to yell at the pharmacist. It's not the pharmacist's fault.
No,
it's nobody's fault. It's just a thing that is. So now we got to work around it. And I was like, well, this is something I've done in the past. I'm like, it's not healthy for anybody, but it is a way to. It's a stopgap measure. I use it in the spring sometimes when I have really bad weeks. The pharmacist was like, yeah, well, that's our best option today. So here we go. So suit me up because otherwise it's like changing over early to my winter meds, which are not strong enough for this, and I have to go do specialty testing before I get back onto those meds anyway. So because they want to test every 6 months for that to make sure that I'm not damaging my lungs or anything.
Yeah.
Or my nasal cavity. I know what nose swabs are, guys. I've been doing them for years. So like I have additional testing before stuff. So can I recommend having a severe list of environmental allergies? It's fun.
No, it's not. It's I don't know what was going on in the air last week, but Thursday and Friday my face was trying to drown me.
Yeah. Our background noise brought to you by open windows. Open windows because it's 24 degrees outside and I don't want to run the air conditioner because I'm trying to not be the obnoxious person who is adding more stuff to the environment than necessary by consuming energy. And I live next door to a gas station.
And I'm currently next door to contractors who are contracting on a Sunday. So
yeah, that makes sense.
It's way too warm in here because we've got a grand high of 20 today, which is great.
Sounds glorious.
We had like 38 yesterday, so 20 today is nice.
Yeah, but watching those temperatures.
I think the sweater might have been a mistake.
That's fair. We've given people some time to jump into chat. Hopefully they're doing okay. Diana's trying to secret craft a conclusion here. She doesn't mean to ignore
Let's
you.
see. Susanna's got good sounding lunch. I've lost that wherever that is in chat, but people are having lunch. It sounds good.
I'm
Oh
drinking
no.
decaf coffee.
And Nikki's saying my 12-year-old was beaten up by three boys around 14 years old and they smashed my kid's phone. Not sure what the motivation was. The one kid has always picked on my kids. He was arrested last night. Oh man, that's serious. Oh,
Sometimes they don't need a lot of motivation to be bullies. And it is
that
unfortunately
sucks.
something a lot of us deal with as we're growing up. A lot of us deal with bullies for many, many reasons.
I'm pretty sure people tried to bully me in school and I was just absolutely oblivious. Like this is in retrospect, like decades later. I'm like, this instance that I absolutely did not understand this social interaction at the time, I think they were trying to make fun of me.
But I didn't get it, so it didn't work.
No, I was just really confused.
I was moved I was moved down south a month before my 13th birthday. High school was a living hell for me. An absolute living hell for me. It was, yeah, not good.
Mm.
And Bixie didn't understand what I was asking of it, which wasn't anything. So,
Oh
well,
dear.
there's that. But yeah, no, high school was nothing but problematic for me. I cannot recommend it.
Hubby brought our child to the hospital and they have cuts and bruises, etc. My child's
Yep.
jaw hurts a lot. We may have to see a dent. That's so
Yep.
serious. Wow. That's
Yep.
awful. I'm so sorry
Mm-hmm.
you're going through that.
Yep. I was threatened with not just a beating.
That's
Yeah.
why are humans?
Because
Why
we're
are
we're murder
why?
we're murder monkeys with sticks. It's because we don't. It all just sort of boils down to that we're so busy classifying us versus them, and we're always moving the goalpost of what us versus them is, and we've been doing it for a very long time when you read anything about human documentation. So we have to have good guys and bad guys, and because we're raised to have good guys and bad guys, we're always the good guys and they're always the bad guys. So just remember that you're the villain of someone's story, even if you are the hero in your own.
And on that super lightweight note, shall we do a knitting podcast?
Let's do an knitting podcast.
Oh
I don't have a
man.
problem with humanity. I don't have rose-colored glasses about our behavior patterns. That's all.
I like my little corner of the world. People are
You like
generally
your
nice.
rose-colored glasses?
No,
People are
I just,
generally nice here.
I like disregarding the rest of the world where people are mean.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I can't. I've been exposed to it for a very long time. I can't ignore that nonsense. I can't abide it. And a lot of it is now because I step between people who are being bullied and the bullies, and I take the brunt of the abuse because I can handle it. It doesn't stress me out the same way. It doesn't cause me sleepless nights or issues. I don't care. I really don't care. Because you have to remember that I got a death threat because I closed the store I was working at on Christmas Eve on time. Like I had
Yeah.
to call my dad to come pick me and the teenagers I was closing the store with on Christmas Eve so that we could get them home to be with their families because he would not leave the parking lot and the cops cannot interfere until he'd actually hurt one of us. And I was working with 16-year-old girls
Ooh.
and 17-year-old boys. And this was a full grown adult male. So I called my dad and said, "Hey, we have drive people home time, and I've already received a death threat through the window glass, so I need my very large, very white father to come pick me up." Dad was like, "Cool, putting
Yeah,
on
yeah,
some
your dad is
shirts." He was
nothing if
like,
not
"Yeah."
intimidating.
He is physically very intimidating. The
He,
man's a teddy
yes.
bear. He's not danger. My mother will take you out.
Oh
My
yeah,
father
she's
will
sneaky
hug
like
you
that.
and ask. My father will hug you and ask you what's wrong and if he can help. My mom, she's going for the jugular. Like no holds to take no prisoner. I'm like, no, no, no. But visually, he's like 6'2" plus, and mom's like 5'4". So their perceptions are different. But it's what you deal with sometimes when you deal with people. It's not cool. It's not fun. It's not appropriate ever. It is sadly unfortunate reality. Hopefully, they can figure out what the boys' motivation was, and they can get them some help. They can help them learn to deal with their anger in a less destructive, violent manner. That's the ideal outcome.
People suck. Some
People do
people
suck
suck.
sometimes. Yep. Oh well, let's get the party started, guys. Future Jocelyn's gonna have a huge problem. Present Jocelyn's so full of food. Oh God, ate too
Oh my gosh, are
much.
neither of us actually eating on the live? What is this? Did we actually
I
plan
You
enough in
watched me
advance?
scarf the last of my lunch
Yeah, but like,
just before we went live.
usually one of us
I'm
is eating on the live.
I'm enjoying some after lunch coffee.
All right, let's do a proper intro here.
Let's do this. All right, guys. Welcome to the Northern Days podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and tuck everything in between. My name is Jocelyn. My co-host is.
Diana.
I'm gonna take a stab and say it's episode 283. I didn't ask.
You are correct, it is 283. I
Oh, I
figured that out
pulled
this
that
morning.
right out of the nowheres, people. Where is that? I don't know where that number came from. Woohoo! Accurate. I currently call Winnipeg, Manitoba home, and Diana currently calls Waterloo, Ontario home. So it is the start of the month. This is the first Sunday of the month, so we are live, which can only mean one thing. I hope everybody brought snacks. You all have your knitting, because I'm
Yeah.
not editing any of this, and it gets a little weird when we haven't talked. And we haven't talked in like a week, so it's gonna get a little weird.
Oof.
Settle in,
Yeah, okay.
get your
Well, if I
knitting.
knew. By the fact that
If you
we've
think
been
about it,
up for like 13 minutes and we've just finished our intro, it's gonna be a long one.
it's gonna, gosh, I may have been reading this month. I hope you're happy. All right. Well, we all know what I'm drinking. I'm enjoying a cup of decaf McDonald's coffee. What are you drinking? And it's in a cup. It counts.
I made some holiday spice chai. I don't have any
Ooh.
specifically pumpkin spice stuff. I've just been like putting pumpkin spice in my coffee, but I wasn't feeling the coffee today, so I've got some like holiday chai tea from Stash. It's
We
kind of
have
pumpkin spice.
we've reached that kind of spice chai season. Do you know what I'd
That's what
like
I
to
figured.
find? A good vanilla chai. I want to find a good vanilla chai.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know of a good vanilla. Okay.
You
We'll
see what I
find.
mean, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. I do
Because don't get me
understand.
wrong, I enjoy a good pumpkin spice latte. I am that kind of human. But not all the freaking time. Not all the freaking time.
Oh no, all the time. All the time. Once season
No.
starts, all the time.
No. No, don't get me wrong. This will switch the moment we get to November and they come out with their mint chocolate
Oh,
Christmas.
then it's mint
And then it's
chocolate
it's it's mint
season.
chocolate till like May, and they make me give it up because they've stopped stocking the syrup for it. I go to the Starbucks at Osborne so often, they know I only order two things: the mint chocolate and the coconut macchiato, which isn't on their menu anymore.
What? I'm
Enough of you people didn't order it that it's not on the menu anymore. They still have all the stuff to make it.
yeah,
They don't always have
yeah.
the
I mean,
hazelnut
it's just a
syrup.
regular macchiato, but coconut milk, right?
Yeah, it's a macchiato with coconut milk. Yeah, so I just have to walk them through how to make it. That's fine. I sometimes I get lucky and it's the manager, the Osborne place. They know what I'm looking for, so they know what to put in.
Well, chat's saying
Not
one of us
every-
should have dessert, and Nikki was suggesting if you still have brownies, that would go nicely with coffee.
Still have brownies. You're so cute. I have
Oh, Jen
made
said she had
sure.
a stash vanilla chai last Christmas.
Yes, I couldn't find enough in the city to buy. Like when I'm talking, I want it. I mean, I want like 6 to 8 boxes of it. If I like something enough, I want to make it a staple. I don't buy one box. I buy multiple boxes in large quantities because I will go through binges where that's all I want.
And apparently, David's Tea has a good vanilla chai.
Yeah, but does it have
Ingredients
corn
unknown.
in it? Yeah, it does have
Yes.
corn in it because
So pending ingredients,
A
could be an
lot of
option.
David's tea, a lot of David's
Yeah,
tea have
yeah,
corn.
they do.
Yeah.
Because they just put sprinkles in it, and then it's like, well, but that's made with corn sugar and cornstarch, so that's the
They'll
end of
they
that.
put yeah, they'll put corn in it in all sorts of varying ways. I mean, obvious ones are like marshmallow bits. I know to avoid that. I know to avoid the ones with marshmallows. But a lot of times it sneaks up and it's in blends I would not have thought would have had corn, and it will have corn in there. So
Well, we can go tea shopping, and I can read a bunch of ingredients for you.
I do enjoy when you read a bunch of ingredients lists for me. It confuses the store clerk a lot. Also, we haven't been shopping in the fall together in a very long time.
Well, see, there was this pandemic. Is this pandemic?
Is it's not done.
I know. We like to pretend, but I know.
It's fair. I
But
don't
yes,
know if you'll
fall
have a lot of
shopping.
time, but fall shopping would be delightful.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Because
You're gonna be
currently
pretty.
every single weekend is taken up with podcast stuff.
Yeah, that's a personal problem with the two of us.
So if we can slot some shopping in on one of those days, that would stack nicely. But
Depends
I
how
don't know if that'll
early.
happen.
Depends on how early you get to me.
We'll work on that.
Okay, plans pending. All right, you guys. I figure at some point she'll show up maybe one Sunday before we were recording, and we'll just accidentally have to go for brunch before we record.
I also think this is a good idea.
I am a 15-minute walk from Estella's.
This is good knowledge. I mean, I knew that
Sorry,
already,
kitten.
but
I did not mean to drop that ball of yarn on your head. Oops.
Asa says the puka tea has a variety of vanilla chai. I can see if I can find it and send it to you as a fall treat. I
That
need to
would
send
be
the other parcel soon.
lovely. I'm working on a gift parcel for you. Don't worry. I'm gonna make Aaron send it.
Yeah, we'll just remove those gremlins from the machine.
Avoid me entirely. All right. Well, since we both did you talk about what you were drinking? Wow.
Yes, that was the whole chai thing. That's how we got onto chai.
Did I mention I'm gonna be a bit of a space cadet for the next month, guys?
All right,
I
let's
was
quickly get onto projects. Let's focus this.
watching TV and I'm invested right now. That is the level. That's the level of commitment I can give to me. It's really
Suzanne
hard
is
to focus.
Suzanne is asking if the Stella's is the one that she met us at for brunch that one time, and I don't know
No,
that.
no, there's the that one is in Osborne proper. The one that's closest to me is actually in the Ferris Bueller building, on the corner of Osborne turns into something and it goes down and meets up Portage. So it's a part of the University of Winnipeg campus. So right next door to the art gallery.
Yeah. By the way, I
Oh
don't know what
my
they've started
god.
banging on, but if you can hear it, let me know and I'll close the window.
Oh, whatever. It's construction. We'll all live with it. It'll be fine. Do it just occurred to me?
What?
You're working while you're here.
Yeah.
Devastating for me. Who else will take me to the art gallery and read all the art gallery labels?
Well, I can probably take a spare day or at least half day for an art gallery
Because
trip.
there's the Inuit exhibit.
You know, I've never actually been to the Winnipeg Art Gallery.
Oh my god.
I
I
know.
actually I want to go to the one with the indigenous art. Like I want to go to that specific building and look at all those art pieces and stuff. I want to do that. And I've been bugging the mysterious Mr. B since it opened, and it opened a while ago, and he still hasn't taken me. It's because I need someone to read the label things, guys. So I need somebody
Makes
who's
sense.
patient enough to read the label things for me, who has an interest in arts and the creative aspects behind it. So I'm not like I would take my cousin who's a teacher, but he would be bored out of his brain in like 15 minutes. And then I'd have bored man on my hands. And your
Oh,
cousin or
don't
not,
want that.
that's more than I would wish to deal with. Phaedra, what are you doing? You're gonna bite my foot. Is what you're gonna do because I'm dicking around with your head. Oops, shouldn't say that word on TV. Okay, guys. Hello. No, I'm not laughing. I'm not kidding. I'm watching YouTube and I'm doing nothing. Like I'm not even knitting. I'm spacing out. I'm singing along the songs. You're in charge. There's nothing upstairs for the next 30 days.
Oh gosh. Nikki says, I 100% would if I were there.
Oh yeah, a lot of people would if they lived near me. That's totally
Oh, and
fair.
Susanna's got a dinosaur iron on patch for me. Perfect. I don't even have to sew. Love it. I already
That's
love it.
amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, we're just gonna
Um,
dinosaur you up like nobody's business. Just gonna be head to toe dinos.
okay, but like, I have a dinosaur sweater on today.
Yep.
It's a Dilophosaurus skull. Also saying it was the last day of an exhibit I wanted to see today, but sadly I did not have enough energy to go anywhere. I hope they will have her again soon. Hopefully.
Yes.
That sucks when you miss the exhibits.
My only saving grace is this is a permanent installation, so like there's time, which is also the problem because when it's a permanent installation, getting Mr. B to do anything is like moving a freaking mountain one stone at a time. There's a deadline. I can at least get there by the last day because then he's pushed into action to help me get around and do stuff. And I'm not bugging Erin, guys. She literally has Fiber Festival, Knit City, Prairie, like she is
There's a
the
lot,
Fiber
yeah.
Festival next weekend, and then she's literally gone for the following 2 weeks out of the province. And then she comes home and immediately has to get all of whatever's been ordered for wholesale orders plus the sock club out
Mm-hmm.
and Advent out. She does not have time, guys. She's very that busy. And I want her to stay that busy because she's successful and we get more colors and more yarn. And I feel strongly about this. I want to see my friend succeed.
I think I can probably find at the very least a half day somewhere.
That would be wonderful. Also, we can then just go to the art gallery and be super hip city girls at the art gallery.
With our scarves and our shawls and our
Yep. Yep. And in
fancy
theory, we have
coffee.
decent weather. Oh, I mean, fancy coffee's a must. I live close to a Tom Bargain. I know how this works.
Yeah.
I know how this works, guys. All right. I have no idea what we're going to cover, but I'm sure it's going to include works in progress.
Yeah, we're covering some stuff. We'll talk about projects and then the upcoming stuff, and then we'll talk books.
That's why we don't leave Diana in charge, guys. I'm sorry. Diana, I'm
Because I don't
sorry.
write show notes for these, and I'm so lost without a script.
I'm sorry. I'm so space kidding. Oh, you're going to have fun keeping track of me next weekend. All right. So,
Ooh.
I might need that kid backpack with the elastic rubber thing that only stretches so far.
Maybe we'll put the bell on you.
Possibly. Possibly. All right. I've got more than you do. That's just a good rule of thumb to go by.
Well, including secret knitting, I have. If we count weaving in ends and secret knitting, then I have 4.
Sure. Can't believe we're counting weaving in ends. I have one, two, three,
You had your check in with Louise, so you've got a bunch, I'm sure.
4, 5, 6 with the secret craft off. With the craft off. I think.
All right. Would you like to get us started then?
Sure. Well, we're recording because recording. Oh, jeez. Guys, while we're live, nobody can stop me. I'm working on my jelly roll. Because I have
This is true,
exactly
we
this
cannot
much
stop
done.
you.
And it requires no thought.
This seems like a good thing for you right now.
Today, this is the thing. Today, this is the thing. All right.
I
Oh, my
also want to
goodness.
start one of those. I won't do it till I get back, though.
That's fair. This one is going to be constructed differently than the pattern calls for. That is simply due to the fact that when I pick up stitches, I am not very neat and tidy about it simply because I cannot see the stitches. So, instead of picking up as I go for each strip so that I don't have to assemble, I'm going to assemble at the end. And I am going to use the zigzag on my sewing machine. I'm going to zigzag my strips together to make the little jelly roll part. And I will assemble the blanket at the end.
Nikki wants to know how many stitches did you cast on?
I will count the next time I'm going across.
Fair.
I didn't want like super wide stripes. I wanted long, narrow stripes.
So you're doing, what size blanket are you doing?
Oh, my whole bed.
The biggest one. Okay.
The biggest one. I'm doing a double. I'm
Well,
literally arguing with my cat to have access
I
to
mean, I
my
guess the
yarn.
biggest one would be like a king, but still big.
I essentially end up making a king to go over my queen because you want that drape over the side. And when you make a queen size blanket for a queen size bed, there's not enough drape. It's not, it
Fair.
just like kind of, it touches the, on either side, so it touches and it stops. Like, no, 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 no. You need to cover the whole mattress. There needs to be drape and drama here, people. You need to be able to
Hmm.
actually put 2 6 foot tall people in under those covers and still have blanket for both of them.
I'm really thinking about when we eventually do get this house business sorted, that a nice new home present for us might be an even bigger duvet,
Yep,
and then we don't have to fight over it.
yep.
Oh, okay. Anyway, jelly roll blanket. Duvets aren't knitting. Oh, is the jelly roll a paid for pattern?
I want to say yes.
I have the power to post links and things, so I can
You
find out.
do. Because there were all sorts of things you figured out you could do last time.
Jelly roll sweaters. What is this ebook? Open that in a different tab. This is not helpful. There's a lot of things called jelly roll. Here we go. It is a paid pattern. It is £4.75. That's how you say it, right? £4.75. Yeah. I'll throw a Rav link in the chat. Where's that tab?
I went
Oh, Us is
26
on it.
stitches
Okay.
wide.
Us is ahead of me. Way ahead of
I
me.
went
Perfect.
I went 26 stitches wide in garter, knowing how tight I knit, and then I was using one strand of wool like from Michaels, which is essentially just is like light fingering lace, and one strand of whatever scrap sock fingering I have. So it is a blanket of superwash merino and nylon. So like this bad boy's gonna stretch.
It's gonna wear really nicely
Stretch.
too.
Yes, yes, it is.
Whoa.
So each strip will get blocked, washed and blocked separately. That's gonna be fun. I don't have enough biggies to do that in. I'll figure it out. So, and then I'll sew it together once it's well, all strips are washed and blocked. So, 26 stitches across, and I probably randomly decided that so that I had nice narrow strips and they fit on a DPN.
Makes
Knowing
sense.
me, this is exactly how my logic would have gone. I would have been like, "Oh, I like that width because I like this width, and it'll block out a little bit wider." And then I could just use 2 DPNs, which I don't use for anything because I don't really like knitting on DPNs. So, oh yeah, problem solved. Oh, I gotta keep going because you don't have any more you don't have enough projects, guys.
Um, Asa's saying, I want to work on mine as well, but I need to finish the test knit sweater, and sleeve decreases have become a problem. Wonderful designer that just wants some measurements to do math for me. I'm excited to see test knit sweater. I love seeing test knits. I feel so like in before, you know?
You like the
I saw
secret
this thing
knowledge, do
before it
you?
was released.
You like
Not
the
that I'm
secret
ever going to
knowledge.
actually test knit something because I don't go that fast.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that King's Flame shawl. Let me know how that goes
Yeah, I
for you.
know, right?
It's been out for over a year now.
Maybe October's secret knits are the options will
Jocelyn
be
finishing Jocelyn's test knits.
I think I only have the King's Flame because I've finished the any of the others that yours that I've started, I think.
Yeah,
But the other one could be the all the various Nikki knit socks that I've started and haven't finished.
true, true.
It
Your
could be
heart.
things from designers I know personally that I haven't finished yet.
All right.
That could be the theme.
So The Wood Woes. So pretty.
So pretty.
So
I want to
pretty.
pet that when I come over.
Is bound off on the body.
Woohoo! It's so pretty.
So the needles are now on the last sleeve, so I need to work on the last sleeve. I finished the body longer. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna finish the sleeve. I'm gonna wash. I'm gonna block it. I'm gonna weave in the ends, just the ones you can see. I'm gonna wear it, but it looks like I might have enough leftover yarn to maybe make it a little bit longer. And if that's the case, then I will absolutely get stitches picked up above the ribbing, pull the ribbing out, knit a bunch more, put more ribbing in, and rebind it off. Because I want to use up most of this. Like, I don't want scraps for the jelly roll in this project. But it did answer my question that yes, 4 skeins of fingering is enough for me to do a fitted sweater for myself with full sleeves. Because like the first
Nice.
step will be is after I've done the second sleeve, is technically this is only half the sleeve, half the cuff, because it's a 6-inch cuff. So it's 3 inches and then 3 inches folded back. But I wasn't sure about yardage. So I saved it. I bound off on this. So if I have enough left over, the first thing to do is to do the full 6 inches of cuff, then go back and work on adding length to the body. So it slowly but surely gets done. It's not that it isn't long enough. It is long enough. It fits exactly where it's supposed to on me, but I need to wear it with some skirts and not pants to see if I like the length with skirts, which always sort of fiddles with hemlines for me. So for the moment, it's trying to get through a whole sleeve in a week.
I believe in you. You can do it.
A sleeve plus a wash plus a block plus a weaving it ends. That's no word of a lie. Probably would be like a Thursday night thing happening. Uh, and then getting frustrated and ask Diana to help me weave in my ends because I like giving
You
Diana the
only
full
really need to do
visiting
the ones at the
experience,
edges.
which are the only ones I need done. Because I would like to wear this to the Manitoba Fiber Festival. I'd like to wear this with one of my new skirts I'm making to the Manitoba Fiber Festival. I've got 2 skirts that are ready. They just need hems, and I do not hem well on my own. So I have to go to the sibling. I was like, hey, I'm coming over this week. She's like, yes, you are. Why? Because there's still no washer and dryer in this apartment building because the basement is still person non grata for anybody who's not safety crew or construction crew. So I'm
Yeah.
currently visiting my sibling to do laundry.
Well, hey. I mean, nothing wrong with visiting.
No, I mean, we visit, we spend time together, we always end up doing additional tasks. This time I'm taking skirts because it is far easier to stand on a kitchen chair and have a secondary human have your skirt level than it is for you to do it on your
Yes.
own, no matter how you're doing it. It is just easier to put it on your person and have somebody put the hem on for you.
Yes, I agree.
So I
I
told her,
say this like I've done this. I have no idea. But
I
it
was like,
seems like it makes sense.
I need to come over and stand in your kitchen chair. I didn't even take her half a second. She's like, yeah, I can help you have your skirts. She's like, the fact that I got there real fast. I'm like, this is a lot about our relationship. This is the same sibling who ordered a 40-piece bow tie kit for her puppy.
That's a
Elfman
lot of
has
bow
bow
ties.
ties. He's
Like,
getting a lot of bow ties.
I hope Puppy likes bow ties.
Well, all of their dogs tolerate getting dressed. I mean, Dee Dee's got a Halloween shirt she wears. It's an orange shirt. She's a black lab. It says bad to the bone on the back.
Oh, that's.
This is the level of dress up that my sister does to her dogs.
It's beautiful.
They all got new collars a couple weeks ago. So I got showed all the new collars. I don't know. They get excited about these things. All right, so I'm at 2. Do I have to keep going? I have
Um,
craft off stuff. I have check in stuff. Do you want to do a thing and I'll do check in stuff?
sure. We'll start with the very, very basic. I wove in the ends, finally, on the reps and rest socks that have been hanging out in my background for like 2 months. I don't actually know how long. But I wove in the ends because I figured, hey, I'm gonna be packing stuff later and I might want an extra pair of socks, and so I finally wove in the ends. So I can finally wear them. Do you know how long it took me to weave in the ends? Approximately 5 minutes.
Yep. And how long did they sit there waiting for you?
Oh, probably 2 months.
Mhm. Okay, just checking.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
know. Anyway, I
Alright.
have extra hand knit socks to pack now.
Good. You get here, we have a 30-degree heat wave. I'll just start laughing.
I still wear wool socks in the heat.
Well, in your mother-in-law's house, you have to. I wear socks in your
Oh,
mother-in-law's house in July. It's cold in there.
yeah, but like even just in general cuz they're just so comfy. Like
I
yes, they're
can't
really
do
warm, but
it.
my feet are frequently cold anyway. Like it has to be hot before my feet are not cold.
It's like encouraging a hot flash if I wear socks in anything other than the mysterious Mr. B's mom's house in the summertime. I
Like
can't. I
even
can't
right
even.
now, like I'm like kind of
I'm getting
warm, my feet are
hot.
still cold.
Getting hot thinking about socks. Woof. No, thank you. Can't do it. Can't do it. I can't do it.
Anyway.
I look forward to sock season because sock season
Oh, and if
means
you're walking
sweater
around a
weather.
lot, wool socks so good in shoes if you're walking around a bunch.
Oh yeah, no, I can't wait for it to be cool enough to wear. There's a motorcycle leaving the gas station. I can't wait for it to be cool enough to wear socks and sweaters. I can't wait for it to be cool enough for motorcycles to have to go away. I'll not miss those when
Broom.
they're gone for the season. It's fine if they're the respectful ones with like a deep throaty purr. It's the ones that are obnoxiously loud with their
Or the ones that are
motorbikes.
like, "Hey, I'm here."
Yeah. I hate those. They're just unnecessarily aggressive. Unnecessarily.
Yeah.
We get it. You're cool. You ride a motorbike. I've seen my uncle's skull. I will never own a motorbike. Thank you.
I feel like
I
getting a
am.
motorcycle license would be really fun, but I also plan on living to be really old, and motorcycles don't help with that.
They don't. They really don't. No,
But I
no.
kind of just want a motorcycle license just to say that I have one.
That's fair. I can see the appeal of that. I kind of want like a big truck license. I mean, obviously, I'm not getting one, guys. Oh, let me drive. Just to say I could. I just wanted to have my class 1A, just so I could be like, yeah, I can drive that, whatever. Move on with her day.
Or just like get your
That's how
like
it works.
fireworks license, so you're licensed to do the big fireworks.
Yeah,
Not that
yeah,
I'd
no
like
reason.
do it ever. It would be like I'd pull it out once ever in my life, but
How did you get that strand of yarn wrapped around all of your feet? Okay,
magic.
and now she's napping. All right, so we're going to talk about the monthly check-in. That I'm going to disappear off screen, go below my computer desk, and unwind my cat from the ball of yarn she has currently wound around herself now that she's napping. Mostly it's because by the time she wakes up, I'm two-thirds done, so I reduce my risk of biting. I did not have to have a finish. There was no finishes on the monthly check-in. The goal was to have 2 new projects on the needle. Well, first one was the Estelle cotton acrylic yarn, or cotton nylon yarn I had. Anyways, this beautiful rainbow confetti cake colorway. Took about half a month to decide what pattern I wanted for it. Put it on. Took forever to get gauge. And yes, I do gauge swatches. It's important. Then I literally cast it on Sunday because it didn't matter how much progress. I just had to have some progress. Cast on went fine because I do a nice long tail cast on that doesn't require guessing or guys. I literally take one strand from one ball of yarn and one strand from the other ball of yarn. I just accept I have 2 extra ends to weave in and don't care because I never have to cast on twice because I've miscounted or misjudged how much yarn I need. Ever.
I just can't abide by that extra end. I can't do
I
it.
can't. I can't. The idea of having to do a cast on twice because I misjudged just absolutely boggles my brain, but I don't have to. Did that cast on, not a problem, right? Messed up my increases in the first 4 rows. Huge holes. Like, cool. And in cotton, it doesn't bloom. So it's already been ripped because I got to start again. Which isn't the cast on's fault. It's my fault for not paying attention to my first starting increase section. I know better. I know better. So now that I'm thinking about it, cotton has absolutely no shape or structure whatsoever. That is not the nature of the fiber. And then Island has some. And I was gonna do the V-neck Dingley Dell tee. The more I think about
Mm-hmm.
it, I probably need a crew cut. I probably need a crew cut or a circle so that I'm reducing that point of weight that you would get in that V point, because that could misshape quite quickly with something with no spring back or shape to it, like cotton. So I'm like, it's probably good that I had to rip it out because I probably really need to do like a curl or a scoop neck.
Hmm. Potentially,
Probably,
yeah.
yeah, or probably just to distribute that weight carry because it's going to be a lot of yarn pulling down on that shirt. And if I've got a lot of it rested here and then it all comes down to the V, well, I might have a deeper V than I want because of it. So I was like, that's not good. And it'll be way more annoying to do that at the end than it would be to just do it now. So at the moment, it's not on the needles, and it's going to stay not on the needles till I pick a t-shirt pattern that I want to do in a cotton. I'll get there. I won't worry about it. The other
Makes
thing was
sense.
to work on my sister's blanket. For all of you who are longtime listeners and watchers, you'll know my sister has a orange couch. She has an orange leather couch. It decidedly knows that it's orange. It's very comfortable with the fact that it's an orange couch. My sister would like to cool it down, calm it, if you will, mute the color palette a touch. She also has one teenager, three 80+ pound dogs, two birds, and a husband. So had to be acrylic, and it had to be sturdy enough to survive one teenager, three dogs, two birds, and a husband. So
And a partridge in a pear tree.
in a pear tree, yeah. So I started making the annual Christmas blanket throw in non-Christmas colors so she could have it on her couch at all times. Out of some Impeccable and Burnett Premium, which are my favorite acrylics to work in, and I am crocheting her a blanket.
I love that. That looks so fun and textured. I want to pet it.
Oh, yeah, it is beautifully textured. We have baubles, we got half baubles, we've got
Ooh.
window holes. It's row 8 through 16 are repeats, so I'm now on 8 through 16 as a repeat. This was put up by the Crochet Crowd guys, which is an amazing YouTube resource for crochet blankets. So he walked through all the instructions and the patterns free on your inspirations, and I am just getting ready to restart my repeats. It's got, yeah, it's a wonderful. Now, am I super slow in the black? I am so slow in the black, which is why I wanted to start this early. If I wasn't working in black, I could do a couch throw in a week. I might only work on like another project. It might only be like a 2 project week, but it would be done. Because of the black, it needs to be first thing in the morning. I can only do a row or two, and then I gotta put it down and walk away for the day because the black really wears my eyeballs out. Why am I doing
Mm-hmm.
it in black? Because my sister loves blue and black. She requested blue and she loves black, and she never asks for black because she, like me, has we have the same disease. So she knows how hard it is to see as a color. But I think on my sister's orange couch, this would be really pretty and is very much in their keeping in their style.
I think that'll look really good. I haven't seen the couch, but yes, I think
Think
in
standard
my
red,
head,
think standard leather couch is just like a deep kind of fall orange color.
it looks really good.
Yeah. So I got to keep going because not even close to done. I don't even have a full 200 grams in here yet. And I'm not even going to measure until I have 400 grams in here. So a ways to go. But technically, it was a successful check in month because I had both of them on the needles, and that was the goal. Well,
Perfect.
hook and needles, but you get what I mean.
Close enough.
So for the upcoming month, I did say finish. And it is a new cast on. And I know I'm busy. Diana actually knows exactly how busy I am. I just gave her my work list.
Uh huh.
And she kind of went, all right. So I decided and I suggested to Louise, and she agreed with me that she and I needed to make the exact same thing. So we're actually racing because we're making the same scarf.
I really want to make this scarf too, but I know I don't have time. I know what
I'm
scarf you're
gonna
talking about.
I'm going to encourage you and volunteer to go with you to Michael's to get yarn for it. Uh,
Thinking really hard about it.
I'm going to make a Halloween scarf, and I'm doing this to myself. Yeah. To be fair, it is an 8 foot long scarf. It is Fair Isle. It has fringe. It has Halloween charts all up and through it. And you don't have to do it in orange and black. I'm doing it in orange and black. I'm doing it in worsted. I'm doing it in acrylic. I'm doing it by choice because I highly suspect it might go to a family member. My mom or my sister might see it and it might just get absconded with, and I might have to make another one. Super fun. It's called, oh man, is it just the Halloween scarf?
That's
You
a good
can share
question.
links. You can share links.
I can share links.
You can share links for people. So it's a free Ravelry pattern. It's actually got a mannequin. And the only words I can read are Halloween on the photo picture. It's just the one
Oh
picture.
dear,
It's a
there's
free.
so many good
There's
things
so
when you
many.
type in Halloween scarf. Okay, hang
Oh
on.
yeah. Oh yeah.
We know that it's knitting, and we know that
It's
it's
free.
a free pattern.
I
Okay,
have
this
it
helps.
in theory. What in the world
Here
is
we go.
going on
It's
here?
just called
I think it's just
Halloween
Halloween
Fair
scarf.
Isle Scarf by
Okay.
Susie Stitches. But Sue is in like Native American.
Okay. So I started to laugh because Louise held up the exact same colors I'm holding, a black and a pumpkin in impeccable. So like same yarn,
Looks like
same
it's getting the
colors.
link literally 2 seconds before I do.
She's on the ball today.
You're so on the ball. This is wonderful.
So that
I
helps.
love this.
So,
This
so
is needs to go away.
and why I think it's a fair race and why I think Diana should join is if Diana starts this week, I do not have time to start this before the 10th. I cannot start this till after the Manitoba Fiber Festival. So I told Louise to take advantage of that 10-day head start on me. And I will tell you the same thing. Take advantage of what is now a what? 7-day head start on me?
I would like to remind you that I need to travel, and so I need to plan my projects carefully.
Okay. Don't start till you get here. Pick up needles and make sure you're done so you can go home with a scar.
I am not going to finish in 2.5 weeks under any circumstances, but especially not while the main purpose of the trip is to visit with friends and family.
Imagine the next
That is
monthly
not
check-in.
happening. It's
Imagine
not
the
happening.
next monthly check-in. Well, Louise, I'd have a scarf to show you, but Diana ran off with it. But I do have the replacement yarn to make my own. Which is also one thing that might accidentally happen. If I wasn't okay with it, I wouldn't let you do it. So let you do it. No, I'm okay with it. So there we go. So it stands. So am I going to gauge slash for the scarf? No. Working. They want sweater weight. Like they want the same number of stitches per 4 inches that I get on a 6 millimeter on worsted yarn for a sweater. So I'm just going to cast on and go because if I'm a little bit up or a little bit down for a scarf, it's not going to matter. So there you go. Would I have switched out and done all the fun color rotations if I'd had the yarn in stock? I would have. I don't. I do have a lot of pumpkin. I do have a lot of black, so that's what we're working in. And again, the black's gonna drive me nuts, and I know it. I know. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm already regretting my choice, but I'm not gonna give up on it now because I really want a pumpkin and black Halloween, like loudly Halloween worsted weight scarf.
I really like how it is in the picture with the black and the white and the green and the purple and the
I think
orange. I
the color rotation's great. I just didn't have the right purple, the right green, the right, you know.
I feel like it's a good candidate if you can find one of the like variegated or self striping or something that has all the
Ooh.
Halloweeny colors against a black. I feel like that would
Like a
be
like a Karen big cake. I like a
yeah,
black or a gray or something to hold as the
yeah,
outside
like
main
a
color and
speckle
just
or a gradient or a again yeah
that'd
against
be
a black.
amazing. That would be so cool.
Oh, I want
That'd
this
be so
so
good.
much. I
Yeah,
want this
because
so
it's like
much.
that. Oh, is it Almeda tee? Almeda blouse? Almeda blouse? Can't pronounce it. I posted the link for it. It's that sweater with like that peasant style neckline, like that gathered neckline. It had those
Oh
statement
yeah.
sleeves, those statement colorwork sleeves, and everyone's like, "Oh, what would you do?" And I was like, "Man, because it's essentially sport weight, which means I can do it at fingering at the needle size requested for sport to get gauge, and it'll look good." and I just do a plain body. But the sleeves I would do with one of Fireweed Fiber Co.'s fingering weight skeins, her sock club ones that have that beautiful variegation, because then you get that variegation tone all the way down through the sleeve in the color pattern.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I want to make that so bad.
It
Not
was
right
the
now. I'm too busy.
oh gosh, it's maybe
Oh,
I can
meta
find the name of
or
it.
Austin's gonna beat you to
It's
it.
it's in the pattern links. Not the dinosaur one. Oh, here it is. It's the Ornata blouse
Or
by
Nata blouse.
Teti Lutsak.
Guys, it's really pretty. I mean, obviously, I won't do boxy. Obviously, I won't do cropped. Those do not look good on my person. I will do semi-fitted by simply doing a gauge swatch, doing the math, picking the right size for the body, that be a semi-fit body or a fitted body, and then I will just do the sleeves at the size that I would normally do for a regular finished bust size. Does that make sense? I don't want to lose the drama of the sleeves, so the sleeves will likely end up being at a different size for it, but that's fine. I will have big poofy sleeves and a semi-fitted full-length peasant style blouse top, which would look really good on my frame. So there we go.
Mm-hmm.
That
So many
is my
options with that
check-in
one.
knitting. So many options. And it's not hard. It's not hard to modify when there's no shaving or things you have to worry about. And if a boxy short sweater looks good on you, yes, do that. Do it. Do not do the extra work. Do not do the extra work. I am only doing the extra work because it will not look good on me. That's it. Only reason. Only reason. All right, I'm going to untangle my cat. You're up.
I'm tangled in my own hair. That's where we're at today. What was I doing? I was talking about things that I have worked on that
Hey,
are
come
not
here.
secret.
Come here. Here we go.
Ooh, clatter. Okay, so was it last week I posted that Instagram photo where I was like, everything's all blue and matchy. I like it. And then a few days
Yep.
later, I'm like, well, so I cast it on because it was matchy and cute and I had to.
I
Um,
have had less valid reasons for doing things, so do not feel bad.
so I finished the brim of the hat, and now it's time for a stripe of different texture with the same color. And then it will be time to stripe in the second color, which is the little mini from the sock set. This is the, no, I don't remember which month, but it's the Jolan True colorway from Fireweed Fiber Co.
Okay.
And I love it so much. I think it works so well with this pattern. This pattern, by the way, is the Medic Hat by, let's find out what the designer's name is.
Do I ever not look forward to putting that in show notes again in a week?
Three Kittens Needle Arts, specifically Laura Rasmussen. It says Three Kittens Needle Arts at the top in big banner font.
Okay.
So, but it looks so good. It is fun to pet. Yeah, so that's where that's at. I was absolutely obsessed with it, and I really wanted to work on it, but secret crafting had to be done, so that's why it's only at the brim. I really wanted to work on it more. This is coming with me, and I'm working on it because
it would be silly not to take a hat project. It's so
I
small.
know it's so small. Yeah, so that's absolutely coming with me. Because I want this hat. More specifically, I want this yarn in something because it's just lightly painted, speckly, and it's just really, it's very happy making.
Being very effervescent about this.
I am. I like the matchy because it's blue and the hook is blue and my nails are blue, although that's going to be different on Tuesday. Maybe I'll have to keep them blue just so I can keep taking matchy pictures for this project.
Yeah. Take the yarn down and see if there's a better blue.
I mean, like this, because this is a pretty good blue.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
you
you're
might
right,
find a better blue.
I'm totally taking the yarn with me, and we're gonna see if we can match the blue better.
Or you find something that has a really nice, beautiful contrast to it.
It's true. I could try to match the yellow in the main color.
Yeah. You got options, love. You got options. Heavens knows the nail
Options.
place will have nail polish.
Okay, well, my yarn is coming with me to my nail appointment on Tuesday. So that I can match my project even more exactly.
Yep. Like, I have not done the same thing with stuff before for matching. Yes, I have. Don't mind me, I'm just putting some pins that I found in the bottom of my yarn bowl onto a
Do I need
sewing
to do
bag.
another thing?
Oh no, I can go if you want to. I only have Secret Craft Off knitting left.
Okay, I have one more thing before that.
Okay.
So I was inspired by you and Karen posting your pretty pictures of your pretty Asa cowls.
I want my Asa cowl to be done. It's not. It's very irritating. It's because I didn't work on
And
it. I know why it's not done. It's my fault.
so I'm looking at it, I'm like, those big wrapped stitches
Uh-huh.
would look really good with
Uh-huh.
my. Don't mind me throwing crochet hooks on the floor. Where'd that
It
go? There it is. That was loud. Sorry.
was.
Let me just put that back in the loop so I don't accidentally unravel that
I hope
later.
chat's doing okay, guys. I can't see
Yep.
what's going on, but I'm assuming you're doing good.
Um, well, I just ruined my own big reveal there. Hand spun. I'm using my own hand spun for the Asa cowl. So there.
I'm very excited you're using your hand spun.
So I want to be excited about this for a second, guys. I caked it all up and look at it. No, focus on me. There we go. It looks so good. It's being a little bit interesting to work with because I don't know if maybe it had some like extra energy twist in it or something, but as it's coming off the cake, I'm finding that I'm somehow like extra twisting it and it's coiling up and I'm having to like let the project dangle and unspin. And I'm absolutely certain that has something to do with how I spun the yarn. So that's been an interesting quirk of this project. And I still only got, I think, 4 rounds of this done. How did I get it so tangled? How? Did I even... How? That didn't fix anything. I'm making it worse. Anyway. But, where's a big gappy section? Here we go. But like, look at that. Look at that texture. This is going to be so fun. It's going to be real skinny, because obviously I only have, 100 grams-ish of this, and I don't really know how many meters I have, and so I'm just going to go until I run out of yarn. That was the other thing that made me think it was really good for this project was that
you can kind of also like if you decide and you're getting close to the end, like you get down to that last like 20 grams or so, but you want it to be thicker, stripe it a different color. I'd just do a couple of stripes and move into another color.
That is true. I have my other hand spun I could try to use. Actually, I might just do that, honestly, because I have little.
If you've got a strong enough contrast, just do that.
Well, let me wind this up first, so I don't.
Let me show you.
I mean, it's right here.
Check your Discord messages. I need a thing.
So I've got.
I need an ice cream treat and a nap. I feel like a toddler today. I'm with you.
I got these 2 little baby skeins that I think I did on the drop spindle. Maybe, I don't honestly remember. It was so long ago. I've got these 2 little baby skeins that are approximately the same weight, more or less. It's all pretty-ish on being the same weight.
That's fine. That's what hand spun is. Oh, that would stripe in beautifully.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the rest of this I don't know why I separated out the blue because this was the same fiber. But this one's all like purple and yellow, and I guess I just pulled out the blue to spin differently. I'm not really sure why I did that, but anyway.
I'm gonna throw out an idea.
Mm-hmm.
The handspun you've got on,
Mm-hmm.
then do a striping in the blue out of the handspun that's on already, and then keep striping, and then stripe the purple in and stripe out of the blue if you need to.
I could. The
Yeah.
thing about this though is because it was my first spinning project, I'm not confident that it'll actually hold together as yarn. I think this might just have to live its life as an art skein.
That's
Because
fair.
I
That's
like
fair.
it is loose in some places. Like it's obviously pretty loose, and I am not confident that it would actually hold together.
It could all be a moot point. You might have enough once you get through most of your handspun that just the little bit of extra blue that you have gets you the
Yeah.
distance that you want. You're just not going to know until you get there. But it gives you some space to fiddle around with and play with, which
Oh, I
is
know
the
what these
big
were.
deal.
I think this one. Oops. I think this small one I did on the drop spindle on the Jelligan,
Possible, yeah.
out of a center pull ball. And then I think this one might be a chain ply. I think I might have chain plied this one. Because I definitely chain
Okay.
plied something, and I think that might be this one.
Okay.
Um, yeah. But I love this idea of striping these in with this. I think that's a fantastic idea, and I'm
I
going
think
to
it would
do
work really
that.
well. I think it would work really well. Just my thought. Just a random thought. You know, I have them. All right, I've taken all the pins out of my yarn bowl. I can now use it as a yarn bowl
Take this
again.
off now.
Just the
It might be only 20 degrees today, but it is humid. It rained last night, and it's a very humid 20.
Oh, we're not too bad today, which is
Oh,
good. I'll take
hair.
it.
Oh no, I got my hair. Oh no, I got my hair wrapped in my yarn. Oh, cry. Okay, we'll just put that over there, and we'll put this back over here. And dear God, my hair is terrifyingly long.
It's your hair.
I'm wheeling around and I'm like, what is that on my ankle? Oh, it's my hair on my ankle in a wheelie chair. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have problems real soon.
yeah. I don't know what to tell
Let's
you, babe.
just we'll just keep it up there. There, it's better.
Oh my God, you look ridiculous.
I know, but you know what? I'm not gonna sit on it or roll my chair over it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I think we're ready for secret check-in knitting.
Are we ready for secret check in now?
Craft off, craft off.
Craft off, craft off. You we just hear it in the chat. Craft off, craft off. The crowd goes wild.
Ooh, there's also a suggestion to hold it with a mohair. That could also be fluffy.
Ooh, that could.
That could. Hmm. I only have
Yeah,
the one mohair though. Okay, but that's an option though. That is an option. Keep an eye out for a nice mohair.
will do. That's not a problem. I like the look of them. I just don't want to work in them. All right. Craft off.
I don't even
Am I
remember
going
what your craft
first? Are
off
you
was
going
for
first?
this month.
I was making an outfit.
Mm.
It's behind me. Why is it behind me? Why is my room bigger than it looks in the phone? Come here. Come here. Woohoo. All right. I was making an outfit out of some fabric for the Manitoba Fire Festival to wear. And there were no more directions than that.
Mm-hmm.
Hindsight may have been a poor decision. I didn't get the dress done because I just didn't work on it. I don't
Fair.
have what is now going to be a high-waisted skirt done because until freaking yesterday, I didn't know if I wanted to have it gathered or pleated. So it sat till I figured it out. I have a waistband. I'm not putting pockets in because I just don't feel like dealing with pockets. I just don't feel like dealing with them. So it's not going to happen. So
That's fair.
I have all of my non-selvage edges turned down and basting stitched down. So that way when I sew the seam, flatten the seams, and felling stitch down the seams, all of my exposed edges are encased and kept nice and safe. And I'm going to pleat. So this morning, I did some pinning. on either side. I have a bigger back than I do a front because I want more pleats in the back than I do in the front. Does everybody say it with me? I have no butt. It's very flat, very wide. There's nothing wrong with that. When I put more pleats in the back than I have in the front, it makes me a more hourglass than I am. It gives me a butt. It gives me a butt and a better hip to shoulder ratio because I do have a weirdly enough, I have broad shoulders. Super fair. I'm carrying a large chest. It helps carry the girls. Don't have a problem with it. But I like the illusion that a fuller pleated back gives for balancing my body shape out. And I'm
Sort
going
of
to pleat.
Victorian walking skirt kind of shape?
Yeah, that ish. Yeah. Esque. We'll call it history bounding because the
Okay.
inspiration comes from those styles of skirts. But
Okay.
it's got a zipper, and I'm not bothering with pockets simply because I just don't want to mess around with pockets at this point. I have the fabric. I don't care. I don't want to do it. I want to get it done.
Oh, you
I
can add
have,
pockets later, right?
if I want to, I can seam rip and add pockets. Like if it drives me nuts, I can fix it
Yeah,
later.
there. So
For the
that's a
moment,
easy later thing.
it's an easy later thing. Just want it done. The waistband is turned down, sewn up, ready to go. It's got its side placket so that I can have a little hook eye closure that sits farther back from the zipper so that the top part where the zipper ends can be hidden with fabric. So, and then I'm going to tuck it in so that it's nice. It's so I can use the zipper. And you'll see the zipper on the side, but it will be like a super obvious zipper. Mostly because I really don't want to do that at many buttons. I don't want to do many buttons. I don't want to do a button placket. I'm not in the mood for it. It's not happening. But I have my side seams all pinned up and ready to go. So once I get those done up, and I'm gonna put the zipper in and pin the zipper in. So when I do my side seams, my zipper spacing is already figured out. And then I will pleat this now that I've finally settled on the fact I want this pleated. It is floor length. It's floor length. It's a floor length plaid pleated skirt. Took
Also
forever,
says that will
and I
look
kept.
so good with a knitted sweater, and
Oh
I
yeah,
have to agree.
it's gonna look amazing with this knitted sweater, which I'm trying to have done this week.
Yes,
Do you see the outfit, people? Do you see
I
the
see the
outfit?
outfit.
This is why it took so long because gathers poof out from your waist a lot quicker than pleats do. And I need the extra up here, unless I wanted to do flat panels and a bunch of extra seams, which boy did I not want to do that because I got to be able to walk. So a tight tube and a woven fabric, that wasn't going to work.
Mm-mm.
So I made it 1.5 times bigger than my waist measurement so that I could pleat it down or gather it down and have a very nice pleat or a very nice gather. And I started by gathering it all up, too poofy. Then I fiddled with the pleats for a bit, and the pleats look better. So side seams are getting sewed up now. There was a lot of poking myself. There were a lot of standing around. There was a lot of photos to my sibling and a lot of discussions on pleats versus gathers. A lot of indecision because it was very vague. But yes, pleated skirt. Now that it is decided, it will literally take me 6 hours and I'll be finished. Again, worst case
Perfect.
scenario, Thursday night, I'm sewing on my eyes, my hook and eyes. But that's a hand sew job anyway. So it's fine.
I'm so excited
So
for this.
done. Done, done, done. And because I went selvage edge to selvage edge, if you guys don't know what that is, this is the selvage edge. Wait a minute, I'm talking at you guys like you know what sewing is. Okay. Selvage edge is the machine finished edge from your fabric width that you get from the fabric store. So you have selvage edges and non-selvage edges. The non-selvage edges are edges that are cut. This is how a selvage edge comes to you from the factory. So
Because
selvage edges
it's
finished
they
with
don't unravel, right?
they don't unravel because it's basically where the machine ended. So like because the machines weave the fabric, right? So this is one end of the machine. And then the other selvage edge is the other end of the machine. So I set up my skirt so that my selvage edges were at my waist and at my hem, which means I don't, it's woven. So there's not, can you hear that? Wearing woven fabric, folks. It ain't stretching.
No,
That's
there
not
is
what
no
she
stretch
does.
there.
There is no, we are not a stretchy fabric. Easier to sew you have to accommodate for ease. But what it means is when I do the hem at the bottom, and we'll pretend this is the bottom of the skirt, I just have to do this because the bottom will not fray.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not doubling up on my hem if I don't want to. I can if I want to, but I don't have to encase or finish the bottom edge of that fabric to keep it from fraying because woven fabric does fray. Now, turning it up once or turning it up twice is going to entirely depend on where it needs to go for the hem. Which, again, I got to put the waistband on, I got to put the zipper on, and it's got to go see my sister this week, and then the hem can be done. And then I can come home and sew the hem. But I have the hem on this, I have the hem on the blue skirt, and I have the hem on the brown paisley dress that all need to be done. So it is not the only thing I have to take to my siblings this week to get hems put on. So in theory, if I remember to take these to my sister, I have I have two new skirts and a new dress this coming week.
Nice.
And if I don't, when Dinah comes over on Thursday, I will sit on a kitchen chair and teach her how to hem the bottom of a skirt level so that I can have a skirt Friday.
Oh, that's scary. Okay.
It's really super simple.
Okay.
It's simple enough. My niece has been doing it since she was in single digits.
Okay. I can probably match single digits child sewing level skills.
Yeah. Because you're literally, because I'm standing on the chair and I stand up straight and all you do is fold up the fabric and pin it so it's all level.
This assumes that I can make things level.
Most people can on a chair because you can eyeball it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Mine yours has nice lines on it, so that'll make it
Mine
easier.
has nice lines, which helps. This is the inside of the fabric. Mine says folding it up to put it away. Mine has nice lines. What have we learned from this? We cannot leave me this vague. Cannot make an outfit from a piece of fabric. It will take me all months to figure out what I'm going to do with it.
Okay, so we need like a roll your own adventure kind of like roll a d20 and decide all the things.
I need to know what it is I want to make with it when I post it as an option. Because the thing that held me back from the dress is that I just didn't do it. I just didn't work on it. There was no decisions to be made on the dress. It was cut out the pattern, cut out the pieces, do your mock-ups and go. I got frustrated at mock-up stage and I stopped. This was literally sitting around staring at me going, do I want to be gathered? Do I want to be pleated? Do I want to be floor length? Do I want to be knee length? Do I want to be a knee length dress? Oh, there was a lot, way too many choices. Could I have done a knee length dress? Yes, it would have been a pain in the butt to match pattern. And for a dress, I would want matching pattern. For a skirt, I don't care. For a skirt, I'm fairly indifferent if the pattern doesn't match from front to back, especially pleated. But if this was a knee length dress, it would have had to have matched, and matching this would have driven me bonkers.
I get that.
Bonkers. So there we go. We're done. Sewing machine's all set up, and I tested it. My tension's good. So I chose to have a bath instead of sewing my side seams, guys.
That's fair.
And make food. That's what I decided to do in my morning. So
these things are important.
In my mind, food and being clean was right at the top of the list today. So that is where I got with my craft off, which is not bad. It's better than it was with last month's craft off.
All right.
I will abandon projects. If I stop abandoning things, stuff will get done.
Okay.
Here we go.
So my craft off was the lighthouse shawl that I bought yarn for at Knit City, Vancouver 2018. And started probably shortly thereafter, and it's just been languishing. Yeah, that shawl, in case anybody was wondering.
I want that shawl so bad. I need to make one.
It's nice.
I need to make one.
Did I finish? Not quite, but I am so close I can taste it.
You're like me in the skirt, just a few more hours and we'd be there.
Honestly, yeah. So there's supposed to be I'll show you. So like this is not a small shawl. Let me
No, it's a big shawl.
Back.
It's a big shawl.
Now it's in frame. It's a big shawl. 3-skein shawl.
And I know. That's why I want one.
Like my color 2, this is how much I have left of 100 grams.
Oh yeah.
Of color 2, I have like probably less than 5 grams left. Like it's 3 skeins.
I need that shawl.
But look at this. Isn't this so pretty? So I have literally Three rows of the gray left, and then an edge. And I'm so
Might have to.
close. I'm so close.
You could totally have that done
I know, like, I could
in a couple
probably
hours.
finish it later today. I
Okay,
probably
yeah,
will finish it later
later
today.
today. Oh yeah, get her done. Because then you could wear her on the airplane.
So, like, it's like, oh, there's red up by my face, and then I get to have fun speckles, and then there's some gray to, like, chill everything out. I think
Yeah,
I'm going
you need to
to.
finish and wear her. I need to see her in
So,
person.
it says. I'm a little bit confused about something. Because it says for their
Okay.
last round to do reverse single crochet in each stitch around.
I don't know what reverse single crochet
No, I
is.
haven't learned that yet, but it's in each stitch around is the important part. Um, because I probably the picture's not big enough because I'm looking at the
Oh.
picture, the pattern picture, and the edges. If I,
Does it describe corners?
it doesn't describe anything about corners, and it doesn't say anything about like this side edge or like the top edge or anything. It's like the picture is clearly showing the bottom edge, like the
Okay,
active edge.
so why are they
And the
showing
pattern
saying
picture
around?
shows the edge that's just it's just like this.
Yeah,
But it
maybe a
says in each
typo?
stitch around. So I don't know if they intended for it to be around. I don't know cuz I kind of want to do it all the way around cuz like there's so many ends.
That would help with some of the ends.
So I
Well,
really
why
want to
don't you
do
just
a single crochet all the way around
just
so I don't
yeah,
have to weave
just
in a trillion ends because there's so
you're
many.
you're gonna have to weave in some.
I don't want to I don't want to weave in. I mean, obviously they'll like no, I guess I wouldn't even have to if I'm doing a single crochet edge all the way around. But there's because it has you do stripes and some of them are odd number stripes, so you just have to break the color. Yeah. And I don't want to weave in all these ends. The other thing is I'm not certain that I have enough of my last color to do 3 more rows and an edging all the way around. I might only get 1 or 2 more rows and then do the edging all the way around. Because I don't think I have enough for 3 rows and all the way around.
Wait, you have your scale?
I do, but I haven't been weighing thus far, and
Well, no, just weigh now, like you're at a start
that's
of a
true,
row,
and see how much a row takes.
and see how much a row takes, because then you can do the
That would
math.
be
Because you're
that would be smart.
increasing a little bit, so just weigh now, and guess, and then you can do the math from there.
Okay, now where is my end so I can put my hook back in? Oh no, I pulled it out.
Because you're gonna want 1.5 times the yarn it takes to do a row to do your edge. Because obviously you'll have the one from the edge and then that half to get across the top.
It's so squishy. It's so springy and squishy. Squishy. Okay. What does
You made
chat
a
have to
lot of
say?
progress. We both made a lot of progress. I have learned we don't let me make decisions. I have to know what I'm doing
Also
so I can
says,
just get
do you
going.
need nagging for the craft off as well?
Yes, yes, I do. I need nagging for everything. Guys, you don't understand how much babysitting also does for me. Diana can tell you, she is constantly babysitting me to keep me
Oh
focused.
yes,
This
there's
month,
much
I'm
babysitting
going
going on. It's
to
hilarious.
drive our moderators up the wall.
The moderators are moderating us.
I'm like a box of kittens. I wish you all the best of luck.
Oh
Oh,
yes, my
okay.
leftovers will be perfect for a jelly roll blanket.
Yeah.
I think that is a stitch that gives a great edging for crochet. A crab stitch, maybe.
Yeah.
And Asa's ready for decreases on her sock.
Oh, beautiful. That woman makes socks like my cat makes lakes in the kitchen. She's just so fast. It's just so fast.
So I will probably finish this later today, or certainly tomorrow because it's a long weekend and I don't have to work tomorrow. I just have to pack.
End game.
End game.
You promised me gaming.
I did. Cleaning, packing, and gaming. And
She suggested
crocheting.
it. She's just.
Well, we need to be senior citizens zipping around in our souped up mobility
Oh
scooters.
my god, I need to do that so bad. I need to do that so bad. It's not even funny. I found my controller. Like, I'm ready.
Oh, you're so ready.
I'm so ready.
I don't know
All
where my
right.
controllers are. I used to
I
have
only
like
have the
four of
one.
them.
I only have the one. All right. I suppose that means we should talk about this month's craft off stuff.
Yeah. Oh, crap. I didn't. Where is that? Hang on. Carry on.
Carry on.
Carry on.
Do time for a stretch. We're mid podcast. Gotta spread your arms up. Breathe in real good. Wake up that rib cage. Disturb the cat who's sleeping on your foot. Oh yeah.
I'm toasty. It's toast.
Do
It's
some daily
toasty.
constitutional dancing. Do some dancing.
Constitutional dance. I feel like dancing is not constitutional. It might give people
Should be.
the impression that you have the vapors.
Yeah, that's fine. Nobody calls me Mrs. I can't have the vapors anymore.
But perhaps your humors are out of balance.
Let me tell you right now, the yellow bile, it's a little high. I gotta work on that. Apparently, I need warming foods. I don't want to cook with warming foods right now. Studied medieval history, people. Yes, the humors, it's a thing. Foods were prescribed. Certain foods to help reduce or increase to keep your humors in balance.
Okay, so this month's craft off. I guess I should pull up the numbers for that, which also kindly counted for us.
She did. That's why she's the marvelous moderator.
Okay, so your options were the jelly roll blanket, which you're working on anyway.
Just
And
today, because I needed something garter.
fair. And your Garter Marler sweater by Stephen West.
Yeah.
So it was a hard win for the Garter Marler sweater with 86%. It was
Jelly Roll didn't have a
win.
chance. Didn't have a
No.
chance.
Jelly Roll had no chance.
Ooh.
So you're doing the
Poor
Garter Marler
blanket.
sweater this month.
Good thing I'm working
And
on you
for
today.
me-
Nobody loves you.
My options were the Mohairino Medley or the Shawlography, both also Stephen West patterns. And it was still a pretty solid win for the Mohairino Medley at 65%.
Yeah, we were talking about it in the thread this morning in the mod channel, and I was like, yeah, didn't even vote, didn't have to. My choice won. As of last night when I went to bed, I was like, oh, well, she'll be working on what I want her to work on anyway, so cool.
Yeah. Cool. So that's, I mean, obviously I wasn't going to be upset with either of the choices.
Neither was I.
So I will be taking the Garter Marler sweater to work on.
Nope, Moreno Medley.
What did I just say? Did I say Garter Marler?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. Wow. Sorry, who's on meds today? Yeah, Mohairino Medley. That's coming with me. That's what coming with me. Ta-da! I forgot this had such huge fun holes in it.
Yeah, that's kind of why I want you to finish it, because there's huge fun holes in it.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be. I forgot how much fun this was. I'm excited to finish this.
Sure.
This one also has the prettier project bag, so also not mad about that. Okay. I mean, obviously I could trade project bags between projects, but you can't do that. That's its home. This is where it lives. It's comfy there.
It's comfy there?
Yeah.
More cardigan work for me. It's a West month for the craft off.
It is. It's a very Stephen West month.
It is a very Stephen West month.
Because I figure if maybe I can finish one of my giant Stephen West shawls, then maybe I can participate in the mystery knit along this year. I pretty much decided that I'm going to buy yarn for it and decide later if I'm actually going to do it.
Well, like the worst case scenario, you have yarn for something else.
This is true. And it's going to make me buy semi or total solids, which I need more of in my collection because I absolutely lack that.
Yeah, so it's like worst case, it's not actually a worst case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right now, I'm sitting at a no but that's because you guys don't know my release schedule for patterns. Right now, it's pretty tight. Get some stuff done. But I reserve the right to change my mind. If I'm doing really well, I will treat myself to it. If I'm not as far ahead as I need to be, I will not treat myself to it. How does that sound for me? Also, if I somehow find money to buy the yarn I need, other decisions to be made that are at the moment not a thing I can worry about. I do have a lot of sweater to work on because I have the ribbing done.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's like a whole sweater there, yeah.
I got the cuff done around the neck, got the neck band done. Uh, Now I started this when it was just the sweater, but the cardigan is out now. I can't remember if I own that pattern or not. So I'm gonna have to figure out if I need to actually purchase the cardigan version, or just say, I keep working for the sweater version that I do have. The decisions that I made. So for the moment, here it is. I'm going to do my cuff colors and hems in this purple and pink. And it is, the pink is raspberry and the purple is chaos. But I have skeins in here in my bag, which is not an insignificant bag. It's a pretty big bag. It's my polka dot bag. That are like, I have Mammoth Yarns, I have Fiber Co., I have Manjusha Fiber Arts, I have a very Manitoba cardigan
That
going on
is
right
very
now.
Manitoba.
It's all Manitoba when I think about it. So I'm going to hold the pink and the purple together only in the cuff collar and hem and neckband, obviously. But I am going to hold either the pink or the purple as the second color all the way through. So it'll be color cohesive in the fact that there's going to be pink or purple all the way through the sweater. And then all the other colors, which are other shades of pink, purple, blues, with some reds and some whites and yellows, like different color pops in it, all the way down the rest of the way. So for the moment, it's just picking the first color I want to do. And because it doesn't matter on the striping till I split for the sleeves, since obviously once I split for the sleeves, if I want the sleeves to roughly match the body, I have to make sure I divide my yarn properly as I go. So I have enough of each color to work on the sleeves, which I will want to do. Not perfect, but somewhat matching. Somewhat matching. Some sort of cohesive theme makes me happier. So I'm gonna do that. I'm not sure if I can do a whole sweater in a month.
Well, we'll find out.
I would ideally like to be done the body and at least working on the sleeves by the end of the month.
That seems like an entirely reasonable goal, given that you're also racing Louise to make a
A
giant
scarf,
colorwork scarf.
an 8 foot long giant colorwork
And
scarf.
what?
An 8 foot long colorwork scarf.
Yeah. Plus all
Yeah.
the pattern releases and yeah.
I'm losing 6 hours once a week to go to my sister's house.
Yeah.
And again, 3 dogs, one teenager, 2 birds, and a husband and a sibling. I don't get a lot of knitting done while I'm there, guys.
No, it seems like everybody probably wants to be up in your business.
Yes, and Elfman likes to eat everything because that's the stage of puppy we're at.
Oh. Yeah,
So
that's maybe
keeping
not a
him
good place for knitting.
out of my knitting is a job and a half.
Yeah,
All
maybe
right.
maybe just don't even bring the knitting then. Seems
I
safer that
do,
way.
but I have to keep it to small projects I can put on the kitchen table to work on. Which, since the dog's as big as the table, do the best I can. I do the best I can. That's all I can do. All right, so craft off gets tucked away. Nobody hears about it for a month. How's chat doing?
Oh, sorry.
I yawned first. It's my fault. My fault.
Also said I did warming food yesterday. It was lovely. It would be fun trying to live by the food/medicine from the Middle Age. As long as it doesn't involve leeches. I can do without that part of the medicine, but the food part sounds pretty alright.
Oh, yeah, the food's fun. Super fun. Super fun. But then again, like the only reason I'm going out to see a buddy's finished cabin is because he's promised me that there's going to be a fire thingy, and he's promised me that there's going to be flat stones that I could do some Neolithic cooking on.
Ooh,
And I gave him the list of the things that I would need to do that, and he said absolutely. So the only reason I'm going out to see his cabin is because him and his wife are super game to experiment with me and make Neolithic bread and cheese and cook fish and do
that
those sorts of
sounds
things.
super fun. I want to do something similar. I'm hoping when we do eventually get a house, it's on the Kitchener side of the arbitrary line, because you can have fire pits, like backyard bonfires in Kitchener and not in Waterloo, apparently, for reasons.
Sure, why not?
Um,
I do
Kitchener
love
and
me a good
Waterloo are
arbitrary.
effectively one city, but there is an arbitrary line and they have two separate governments, so the bylaws are different. But
Yeah.
yeah, we want to do like uh, what's his face Townsend on YouTube that does the historical cooking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we want to do stuff like that. So like not Neolithic old, but like 100 years ago old,
He does the
or I
mid-century
guess
cooking.
200, Wait, what period is that? What year is it now? That time
Not.
from like between dinosaurs and World War II.
It's after World War II. You guys. Yeah.
Sorry, that's bad. I think he does a lot of like American Civil War kind of stuff, and I want to try doing stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. That's fair.
Not that I particularly care about the American Civil War, but I'm just particularly interested in the cooking style.
Yeah, that's a legit thing. I don't see why not. Like that's the fun. That's the fun part of history. It's the
Yeah,
like fluffy stuff in history. I mean, you
I love the
also
like
learn the important things, but the food stuff's important and it's fun.
what's the word when you do archaeology by trying the thing?
Experimental. It's
Thank you,
experimental.
experimental archaeology, or I guess experimental history in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh
Because
yeah,
there's
Susanna got it too.
huge leaps, huge leaps. I really think you and I should teach you how to hand sew so we can make 18th century pirate shirts.
Yes, I have a vague notion of how to hand sew. I hand sewed a single mask, so I have a vague notion of what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's it's really like if you know 3 stitches, you're good to go for everything. I just think it would be funny for the pair of us to make pirate shirts.
I do really want to make a pirate shirt, and I do want to hand sew it.
Big puffy sleeves.
I really enjoyed that little bit of hand sewing that I did, and I just. Machines are great because they're fast, but they're loud and they're fiddly, and I kind of just want to do the hand sewing.
I have three. One's right behind me. They are. They're
Just.
wonderful, wonderful. And they're very handy. But yeah, sometimes it's just fun. It's just fun to sit down and do it. Like I did all of my basting stitches. I did it by hand, and I watched Critical Role while I was doing it. So I just did a quick running stitch, and away we went. It's very relaxing to hand sew. Let's be honest, I will probably hand fell down my side seams too, because that's the kind of person I am. So we've reached that magical time.
Oh
Are you ready
right,
for the secret
it's
word?
the wool gathering and the unscripted Patreon ad. Okay, that's great. Let's do. But mer. I'm running out of words. Do it quick.
Burger, burger,
Mer.
burger, burger,
Maybe.
burger, burger. Your word today is tutor.
Tutor, as in
Yes,
like
Queen Victoria the First, the
okay,
period of
that
the
kind of tutor.
tutors. Yeah.
Ha. Ha. Okay, that's gonna be real interesting. This is maybe not a smart idea that you are doing.
I don't have any caffeine in my system. It's fine. Can't really tell if it's level by sight. It just feels level. Guys, most of my
Uh,
life is guesswork. It's guesswork. Guesswork. What am I doing? I'm working on my jelly roll blanket. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a
They're
good
having a
week.
full-on conversation out there. I gotta close this window. There we go. Now I can hear our conversation.
Everyone's excited to
Okay.
hear me in chat this week on the Patreon. Oh,
Oh, okay. If for some reason you want to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server. I'm sorry, I can see you resolutely not looking at me in this. That is making me laugh. I know, can't
try to
win.
be supportive.
I know. Um, right, patron-only Discord server where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, enabling each other into starting things and buying things and occasionally finishing things. Um, Basically all of the things. And laughing at my sense of history where, you know, the Tudors fit in somewhere between dinosaurs and World War II.
Accurate, they do.
Except for, you know, that slight overlap where there were dinosaurs being ridden in World War II, you know?
That's a weird video game that you own. It actually happened.
I do actually. I haven't played that in ages. That was fun. I should do that.
You do have a dinosaur
Yeah, you
World
did
War
like
II
the aerial
video game.
bombing pterodactyls. That's totally.
Yes.
That was totally.
Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, I remember.
Just caveat. I am fully aware that's not how history works whatsoever. It's an ongoing joke. I don't know. I made the mistake of making a self-deprecating joke about my sense of time and history one day, and it's gone off the rails.
It's stuck.
What else? There's early access to bonus content. At the higher levels of support, we've got the monthly e-knit-ins. The next one of those is happening while I am in Winnipeg, so we will be in the same location.
Guys, I should post Experimental Tuesday for the week. Oops.
That'll be the 17th, which is actually not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday.
Yeah.
Wow, that's coming up so fast.
Yeah.
What else? We've got quarterly movie days for everybody. I don't know when the next one's going to be or what it's going to be, though I think we are watching Hocus Pocus sometime in October.
Yeah.
TBD.
I haven't posted the poll yet, but I do know what 3 movies we're picking from, so.
Cool. Yeah, so sometime between October and December, we'll watch another movie.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
What else? Oh, and then sometimes we do After Dark gaming for our highest levels of support, and we play something vaguely inappropriate where we definitely use inappropriate, not safe for work language. There is much swearing.
Let's be honest. That's where the racing grandparents are going. Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
It's a racing game.
Gonna have some inappropriate humor.
It's a racing game. There is no way I don't swear a ton. We can't put it anywhere else.
I was loading up my laptop and I checked specs and stuff, and I think I've got enough power that we could potentially play and stream Stardew Valley while I'm out. Maybe.
Hey!
So if we can find some spare time for that, we might be able to do some Stardew Valley
yeah, absolutely.
this month.
Again, my schedule is going to be anywhere near as full as yours.
Yes, it is starting to fill up.
Yeah. All right. As always, we super understand that budgets are a real life thing. If you do not have the money to support us financially, liking, subscribing, commenting down below, and interacting with us on social medias are a great way not only to get to know us, to let us to get to know you, but also lets us take a peek at your projects. And boy, do we love seeing all the good squishy yarn fun. Yes.
I am easily enabled into stuff, so you know.
It's not hard.
If you want me to make something, you know, tag us and let us know, because I am easily talked into things.
So much fun. So
easily talked into things.
We're on Instagram.
I already know I'm going to buy yarn for that Halloween scarf. Even if I don't start it, I'm going to do it.
I know.
I already know these things.
Yeah.
I say I'm not going to, and I'm going to.
I know.
I should just accept this.
Yep. You should just accept it and do it while you're here and take me to Michael's because I need to buy dye. Uh,
Yeah, that can be our brunch day or something.
our brunch day, yeah.
Brunch and Michael's in
Yeah.
the art gallery.
Hillary, yeah. What are you guys doing today?
Okay,
We're
this
taking
sweater
a
needs
day
to
off
go.
work. We're hanging out as friends and not working. That's what we're doing.
Too toasty. Too toasty for the Dilophosaurus.
Well, it's warm. We have our recording stuff on, our lights and stuff.
Oh,
Both of our offices get toasty at this point. In good news, you can see us in person, in the live, in the flesh, as it were.
live in the flesh. That's terrifying.
Live in the flesh. This coming Friday and Saturday. Actually, next Friday and Saturday. But is it Sunday? Nope, this Friday and Saturday.
This
I
Friday and
think
Saturday. Yeah, that's
I think
so
there's a
close.
whole extra week. There's not. There's
There's
not,
not.
guys.
There's like it is this week.
The Manitoba Fiber Festival is the 9th and 10th of this month. We're going to be in and out of Fireweed Fiber Co's booth for both days, mostly because she's our ride. Uh,
Yep.
and we are her booth babes for the weekend. So we'll be in and out a bunch, helping her and chatting with everybody. And we really want to see and interact with everybody there who's coming. Super excited. Jen says she's going. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. So excited to be able
I'm
to
so
hang out with her.
excited to see everybody
So
in
pumped.
person.
Oh, I hope like the
Well,
other Jocelyn's there, and like Doria and Allie and Sandra and the alpacas and Bodie. Like, oh, guys, such a good weekend. It is a delightful weekend as always. Super excited. Super stoked. So come and find us and show us what you're purchasing and what you're wearing. If it's not 30 degrees and we're all melting to death. You know what I mean?
oh man, yeah, I need to figure out what knits I'm packing that are actually going to be reasonable. Because I feel like Fiber Festival
Yes.
weekend is going to be like the last hot day.
Yeah.
And
Probably.
then it gets
Well,
cooler after
maybe.
that.
Maybe the last few Septembers have not functioned that way, and we
The
haven't
current
cooled off.
projection, the current projection has it being the last hot weekend, but that's all for a week out. So
Oh
who
yeah,
knows?
who knows? Weather of more than 24 hours out is an absolute guess. We're just
Yeah, and
absolute
this
shot
is
in the
right around
dark.
the time where it's like, can I wear sweaters or can I not wear sweaters? And like, because if I need sweaters and I don't have them, I'll be cold the whole time, and it'll be like, oh man, why didn't I bring sweaters, shawls, whatever.
Yeah,
But then if I pack them and I can't wear them because it's too warm, it'll be like, oh, why did I take up so much space with this? I could have bought more yarn.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you also have a friend who knits sweaters, so you can just borrow one of mine while you're here. If you want to
That's
go
also true.
light on a sweater or two, just steal from my closet while you're here and just drop them off before you go home, or just leave them with the mysterious Mr. B and have him drop them off.
It's
I
true.
see
There
him for
are
Magic and
options.
Warhammer, so he can always just bring them back to me. That's not a problem. So we got you.
All
We
right.
got you
Well,
covered.
I think I have to bring this because it's my latest finish, and therefore
You
it
have,
is my favorite shawl because it's my most recently finished shawl.
yes, that's how that works. You have to bring the sweater quantity for me. You have to
Oh
bring
yes, I have a
your
box going.
a skein of yours, so you can cast on.
I have a hook, the hook I need shoved into a skein of my yarn sitting in the box of your
Ready to
yarn.
go.
I
Good.
have Arch Ravels, the board game about knitting in there.
That
I
needs to come because
have
we need to
that
play that.
project bag with the Harry Potter mittens that you wanted to try on to see if they fit
Yep.
you.
Because if they do, we might as well just
I
make adult versions of the Harry Potter
yeah,
mittens for each
I
other.
have a
Because
box going. Do not
same
worry.
houses. Okay, good.
So basically, what do I need to add to this box? What shawls and
That's the
sweaters?
question.
I'm taking suggestions. What shawls and sweaters do I need to bring on this
That's the
trip?
question. Good question. I think that's about it until we get to next month for lives and stuff. We don't have a ton on our plate in September, other than the standard Patreon fare.
We'll be wrapping
Oh,
up the summer knit
knit
along.
along is
Yeah,
almost over. I
I
keep forgetting
know.
because for the moment I'm done mine, so like mine's complete. So I'm like next.
I know. Mine is did not get worked on this week because of the hat obsession and then the secret crafting.
That's
But
right.
I will be
That's right.
working on that like a crazy person now.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason I have to go to Michael's to get dye. That's why
Right.
we're stuck at our current stage, is because I literally don't have the dye for it. So that needs to happen before I can dye it. But for the moment,
So which
it
means
is an FO.
we'll be doing another live in a couple weeks for the fall cast on.
Yeah, I think the 18th. I think the
Yeah,
Sunday
what did we
after
decide?
our unit, because the fall
Yeah, because
equinox. happens
Fall
that
equinox is
week.
on the 20th, 21st something, and that's like the middle of the week. So yeah, I
Yeah,
think the 18th makes sense.
yeah. We're going to do it on the 18th, Sunday, noon live on the Manitoba time, as usual. As usual. So doing that, and I get to cast on a new thing.
We get to cast on the same
Hey,
thing. I'm so excited.
well, I would seem like I would sew mine together. I, I just don't want to dye it all as one thing, you know?
Oh, the equinox is the 23rd, so it's even later in the week
Later in the
apparently.
week, yeah. You know. So that's not going to work. You work. You have to make money to buy the yarn. This is important stuff.
It is very
So
important. Make money to
yeah,
buy yarn.
I'm calling mine done because until I get dye, I'm not seaming it together.
Yeah.
Not
Nope,
no.
that makes total sense.
Okay, so there we go. That's it. Which just leaves books because it's time for the monthly check-in,
Yeah,
where
I
I
need to
list
pull up
a
my book list.
lot.
Okay, I do not have a lot. I do, however, have a new app.
A new
Um,
app.
a new app. A contender to Goodreads that is not Goodreads and is not owned by Amazon, so I'm a fan.
Well, I'm
Um,
not a huge fan of Goodreads, so I'm always game for a new app.
it's Storygraph.
Okay.
It has like all this stuff that you would want from Goodreads and everything, but it has extra data about like moods and themes of books, and it can give you fun stats. Um, like
Sure.
let me pull up some stats. Like
Let me
I've
look at
got a
my
pie
phone.
chart. I've got a pie chart of the moods of books that I like to read this past
Okay.
year. So I've been having fun with this. So it can tell me things that I like: adventurous, mysterious, informative books of a medium pace, that are in the 300 to 500 page range, fiction.
Okay. I would love to see what it would classify me as.
And of course, it takes all of your data from Goodreads, so you can export from Goodreads and import to Storygraph.
Okay, now we're talking. The only thing that keeps me at Goodreads is the idea of transferring the 2,000 plus books
Yeah,
on
no,
Goodreads
it
somewhere
does
else.
quite a good job. It doesn't catch absolutely everything. I think I mean, I don't have thousands, obviously. I think I only had to manually fix up 20 entries of the hundreds that I do have.
Oh, that's nothing.
It's got this fun graph of books versus
Um,
pages across the year.
Forgot. Ooh, that'd be
Anyway, I
interesting.
love a good graph. So I'm really enjoying Storygraph. I can also give you recommendations based on like I feel like reading this kind of a mood of book, and it's like you should read this thing off your TBR. Um,
Okay, I like that.
so
That could be handy because like the Goodreads TBR is just a freaking pile. What I hate about the Goodreads is the star system and the reviewing. Like,
you can do quarter stars on this one, I'm pretty sure.
okay, that helps because like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's not enough space. There's not enough space for you to have different levels of feelings for things.
Okay,
I forgot to
how.
add 2 books to my list, guys. I'm adding them
Oh
right now.
no, okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to find on the app where I can find all of the books that I have actually read. Because it's like, you're reading this right now. Like, that's great. I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to know. Here we go. Read recently. Things I have read recently. On your recommendation, I read Humans, A Brief History of How We Effed It All Up.
And
4 stars. Really enjoyed it.
it's just good. It's just a good sarcastic. What? No.
It's like if Douglas Adams wrote a history book.
Yeah. And you're
It's
sitting there, go,
great.
oh yeah, we did that. Oops.
And it makes me feel better about things cuz like
It does.
we muck things up for a while and then we
Yeah.
figure out, oh, we shouldn't have done that, and then we fix it and things get better. So like all the bad stuff that's happening right now, we're in a period of mucking it up, but we'll figure it out and then we'll fix it and it'll be great. So there's that. It doesn't tell me when I finished these, so
It occurred to me
That's
I missed a few
not
books,
helpful.
so I am
Did I talk about
panic
how I
adding
finished?
books.
I feel like I've talked about Artemis before.
I think so.
I feel like I did. I My problem this month was so many books came up on hold and I got so excited to read them that I just like started 5 books and finished none of them because they had to go back. I didn't finish them in 2 weeks and they had to go back to the library, but there was a wait list and so I'm on hold for these books that I'm half finished.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm quite certain that I talked about that. So,
Oh
things that I am
boy.
currently reading, The Lost Apothecary came up.
Oh,
Um,
that's a good one.
yeah, so I've only just barely started that. Siege and Storm came up, so I'm reading that. What else?
My eyes don't want to
Jade
focus.
City came up, so I'm reading that. But again, haven't finished any of these.
I am not
What's
on
on my holds? What do I put
offline
on my
phone.
holds? That's
I don't think so. Hey, my holds is down to 5 books. Oh, look at that.
yeah, that's it. I
Hey,
started a bunch of books and didn't finish them, but I finished a history of how we effed it all up.
which is good. I am currently reading Insurgent. It is the second in the Divergent trilogy. I have read them before. I enjoy them. They're a nice dystopian. They're enjoyable to read, so long as you don't reread them too often. You have to be careful with genres of books. If you go back to the same story repetitively, it can wear on you.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta give
The
yourself some
tropes wear out a bit.
distance. The tropes wear out a little bit. So Divergent, The Hunger Games, the Twilight series, like I need space after I've read some of those and read about other things. But I struggle with a lot of the top 20 anything. Um, I have 20 books on my reading list, and 19 of those are finished.
All right, let's have it.
So, in the realm of Diana always gets annoyed when I do this to her. I started and finished my reread of the James S.A. Corey series, which means Cibola Burn, Nemesis Games, Babylon's Ashes, all finished. Then I took a break and read A Touch of Malice. And I have to pull up here. Was by Scarlett St. Clair. It is a Greek myth romance series. Interesting. Not interested enough to pick it up and continue reading it or read the first book of the series. That was just a one that was available now. Not bad, but eh. Then I did Tiamat's Wrath. Then I did Leviathan Falls, which means I have reread all 9 books in that series again. None of
I
those are
still haven't
small.
finished Leviathan Falls the first time.
Really, really do need to.
I know it's
Uh,
terrible. It's so bad.
so bad. Then I read and finished The Pearl and His Shadow, which is the Nora Beadley book number 1. Number 2, I believe, is not released yet. Otherwise, I would have read it already. Not a bad romance.
Yeah.
Sort of a Victorian Edwardian sort of romance style. And it was believable. Does that make sense? Like the characters had weight, and the romance just wasn't sort of in your face all the time, very false.
I mean, you could see it coming a mile away because it's a romance novel, but like,
You knew they were going to get there, but at least it was a believable get there, if that makes
yeah.
sense. Sometimes
It wasn't
a
just like
lot of
they ran
them,
into each other and then, oh my god, we're in love.
yeah, I don't. It's my problem with a lot of contemporary romance. A lot of contemporary romance
You're
is
hot.
that
We're in love now. Like,
that's not how that works. Then Divergent came up, is available now, so I started the reread for Divergent. And then I read It's in His Kiss by Julia Quinn because it was available. That is one of the
Bridgerton.
Bridgens. Yes. Bridgerton number 7. That is Gregory. Then Midnight Sun, which is book 4 in the Stephanie Meyer Twilight series. It is a retelling of Twilight from Edward's perspective, which I love. Okay, bear with me. When a novelist or an author writes one book from one perspective and then either immediately after or farther down the series goes back to the beginning of that story and tells it from the other main character's perspective. Yes. So much yes. Because you when you're reading it, you're so in this one person's head. In the case of Twilight, you're in her head for the whole series, right? To
Mm-hmm.
then have the Midnight Sun be how they met and how it first happened from his perspective is huge because it gives you that duality of perspectives, which I personally as a reader love to have. I don't want the extra background. I don't want the small novella fluff stories. I don't care what the mom's second dad's third cousin twice removed did. I just don't care. But if you give me the same story from a different primary character perspective, all about that. All
I
about
like it when
that.
they're actually interleaved in the same book.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no, sometimes it makes the book drag because it takes you so long and you lose a lot of that mystery of what the other protagonist is thinking, feeling, dealing with. There's no
Fair.
mystery there. There's no,
I
well,
I
what are they
particularly
thinking?
like it for the romances to have like
It's
in the
helpful.
moment, like
Switches,
from the
yes.
both.
In the romance,
Yeah.
that's yeah, great. But for like epic fantasies and stuff,
Okay, yeah. Where there's like the ongoing mystery and like
three
yeah, you
that
want to keep that mystery.
but like and then to flip it and do it around and do it for the other person's perspective, like I like that. I like that a lot. Because again, yes, it's the same story through different eyeballs. So the second time around there isn't that mystery, so you can focus in more on the nuance of what the other characters are doing around and start linking things together in a way you didn't do before. Anyway, I got distracted because I really like that kind of novel writing technique. I don't know what to call it. I'm so warm. Okay,
I know. I'm feeling
then we're not
toasty.
done yet, guys. I read Bringing Down the Duke, which is a League of Extraordinary Women, number one, by, oh my, Evie Dunmore? Yeah, Evie Dunmore. Having me read screens, guys. It's not good. Then I did Six Crimson Crows. This is just going what's available now, what's an audiobook, and what fits into the genre of romance, young adult, and science fiction and fantasy. And then I just listened to book samples till I found what I liked and took it out of the library. The second book, The Six Crimson Crows, is not out yet, which annoys me because I want to read it. Really good. It is the first in the series by Elizabeth Lynn, literally Linn. Eastern. Eastern myths, Eastern telling, Eastern focus. Love it. Love it. It tells the story
Nice.
of a princess and her six brothers, and them being the brothers being cursed to being six crimson crows, and her being cursed to be a nameless girl with a bowl on her head. She can see through the bowl, but people can't see through the bowl. So her identity is hidden from her, and then it's how they get back to being princess and princesses. But the story's not finished. So freaking all these dragons and stuff's going on, and it's not resolved. And I'm grumpy because I can't have it right now. Then for fun, just in case you thought I was on a fantasy kick, I read The Soul of an Octopus, which is
Okay.
a non-fiction philosophy book. Because it is a wonderful or surprising exploration into the wonder of consciousness by Cy Montgomery. And it is about her interactions and learning about octopuses. And oh my god, they're fascinating short lived creatures. So fascinating. I devoured that book. So good. So good. Then, because again, we were on a streak, guys. This is all
Good
since the
grief.
last time. I'm not done. We did the
Good
fifth
grief.
season, or the fifth wave, and The Infinite Seed, which are books one and two of the fifth wave series by Rick Yancey. I have book three, but I have to read it, so that slows me down when I can't listen because I have so much knitting on my plate. If I have to read, I'm not knitting. If I'm listening, I
Mm-hmm.
can knit and listen at the same time. And then Discovery of Witches, which was a reread for me. I've already read it once, but I didn't really remember enough of it
Oh, oh, excuse me.
to
Sorry.
follow along with conversations. So I read it again by Deborah Harkness. Same as last time. It was a three. Oh, it's good, but I'm not attached to it. And then Too Wild to Wedge by Eloise James and Devil in Disguise by Lisa Kelpis. These are both books I read before. I found them again in the library. And then Divergent was available. I picked it up. I knew it meant I would reread the series. So I went and I put Insurgent. That was on hold. Then I picked up Allegiant, which wasn't on hold. And Insurgent said it was only supposed to be on hold for 2 weeks at this start of this month, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks. I should have had it about the middle of the month. I got it
Mm-hmm.
yesterday.
Oh,
So I've read Allegiant. So I've read them out of order, which is fine. I've already read them once before, so it doesn't spoil anything for me. And
yeah.
now that I have Insurgent finally, it showed up today. I started Insurgent today. So I read 20 books and 19 of them are done.
All right, I'll be over here with my like 4 books.
73 means 82 out of 130 books have been read for the year. Because that's my goal for the year. Go through. This is not going to be a strong book reading month.
No, it seems like a very busy month.
It's also a very Space Cadet month, so we'll see how I do. I mean, it could be
Well,
wrong.
I've
Like, I
got
could just stay up on this romance streak and just enjoy it and go with it. I
I've
might
got a
get
bunch
that
of airport time
storyteller.
coming up, so
Get that. Is it
presumably some
storyteller?
audiobooks should get done.
Can you send me a link for the app? I've already forgotten it.
Oh, Storygraph? Yeah.
Thank you. The non
I'm gonna
Goodreads
open
app.
a tab so that I remember to do that. Because I'll
The
forget.
non Goodreads app. Because I'll absolutely investigate that. Even if it only successfully imports the books I've read. Thank you, Muffler.
Do, do, do.
Get a better muffler. I swear. Um, yeah, even if it only successfully imports that, that alone is over 1,000 books.
Do, do, do.
And I lose my
I'll throw the link in
TBR. I mean,
chat.
it won't take me long to make a new TBR pile. It never
Oh, it
does.
definitely imported that, and just based on its recommendations, it gives good recommendations just based on the like the cover art and that like 3 sentence synopsis. I'm like, oh man, I really do want to read that.
I'm
They're
always
solid.
game for suggestions. Okay, perfect. That's my books, guys. Most of them were threes. The James S. A. Corey series is always a four. Like, if you like science fiction fantasy, here you go. Read them. If
Yep,
you're not sure about science fiction fantasy, here you go. Read them because it's a great story that just happens to be set in space, which is the best science fiction.
that is the best science fiction.
It's the best. And it deals, and it has people who aren't in their freaking 20s.
I mean, they start out there. I think some of them.
Yeah, but they age through the series.
Yes, they
There's
are distinctly older
decades,
by the last book.
decades of downtime between crises. And towards the last books, they're just like, we're serious. What? We're too old for this.
I do appreciate that. I really gotta finish that book.
Kristen Avasarala in the book series is gold. Just, I want her as a grandma. Why can't she be my grandma?
She'd be amazing. She'd
She
be
would
like
be an amazing grandma.
she would be
Also,
either the worst
couldn't
or
take her
the
out in public.
best.
Couldn't take her out in public. Could not take her out in public, but she would be like the best grandma on the planet. Best grandma. Best grandma. There you go, guys. That's it. Whole story.
All right.
Way too many books, a lot of romance, a little bit of young adult, some science fiction, and one book about the soul of an octopus. It's been on hold for so long and it came up. I gave a copy to Mr. B for his birthday years ago when we were dating, and I'd always wanted to read it, and I can't. Print isn't accessible to me anymore, so I always knew I'd
Mm-hmm.
have to get it like digitally or on audiobooks. So when I realized that Libby had it as an audiobook, I put it on hold. Like I read it in 2 days and returned it so the next person on the list could have it.
Oh wow.
Just they're so
Yeah, I've not
cool.
been
They're
that
so
speedy.
so cool. I mean, in theory, maybe when I slow down, double tap has gone to daily, Monday through Saturday. So I have an hour of blind TikTok every day. It's
Nice.
I'm enjoying the format so far. So
Well,
what's going on?
we
Oh
have been on
God,
for
we're
just over
here.
2 hours, and I imagine people have things
Hey,
to do today.
they do. So do we.
I have packing to do. I have cleaning to do.
I have skirts to sew, so I got to go. I got to go to the sewing machine, guys, and I can't do
I
the
have
sewing
a
machine
shawl
and
to
talk to you.
finish. We have things to do. I have no places
Things
to go, but I have things to do.
things to do. All right, you
No people to
guys,
see either. This is the peopling. I've done my peopling today.
we're done. That's it. We're out of people time.
Asa has sleeping to do. Yes.
Excellent. Good. Yeah, sleeping's good. All right. In which case, you guys are going to see us on Wednesday. You'll see us the following Wednesday.
Yeah. Can't even do gaming this Wednesday because I'm theoretically traveling.
No, no, it's a thing. So until whatever you catch us next,
Sometime soon.
sometime soon, no matter where you, nope. Again, it's gone. Like I cannot stay on focus.
Just one more bit. One more bit. 30 more seconds.
Just
You
try
got
this
this.
again. So the next time we see you, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
No matter where your week takes you, don't forget to
Don't
knit.
forget to knit.
Oh
All
my
right.
word. I'm making dinner. Let's hope I don't burn